Vistara flights have been facing unprecedented delays. Multiple flights have been delayed across sectors. Vistara has now said that the delays are due to operational reasons and teams are working to stabilize the situation. Our senior colleague Vishnu Shom is now joining us live from the NDTV newsroom. Vishnu, over to you. What has Vistara said?
Well, not very much. I'm going to just go through their statement, but it is a matter of concern, obviously, for thousands of passengers who've been affected, 20+ flight delays across the country, a system obviously under stress. We confirmed that we've had a number of flight cancellations and unavoidable delays in the last few days because of various operational reasons, says Vistara. Our teams are tirelessly working to stabilize the situation. We regret the inconvenience caused, etc., etc. But the real reason over here is something we don't know at the moment. I did ask a pointed question to our sources in Vistara on whether there was some sort of a strike call. That is not the case. But whether there are larger concerns among the pilot community or anybody else within the operations team on salaries, on terms of their employment, whether these are factors which could be impacting the airline and the reliability of the airline, its on-time performance, we don't have a clear answer on that at the moment. We have reached out to the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, the Aviation Watchdog, waiting for an answer from them.
Vishnu, thanks very much for joining us with that. In fact, Vistara passenger spoke to NDTV a short while back as well. Listen in to what she had to say.
The problem is that Vistara themselves over here are clueless at T3. I was booked on UK 555 to Goa, and the flight was supposed to leave at 12:45. Boarding was at 12. I specifically asked at the counter where I left my baggage, is the flight on time? I was told it's absolutely on time. So they had checked in all the passengers, and from 12, all of us are asking them every 15 minutes, what's happened to the flight? Why aren't we boarding? And we have been just told that, wait for 15 minutes, wait for 20 minutes. Finally, they told us, no, it will leave at 3 because the captain has started from Noida. These were the words used by the ground staff. The captain has started from Noida. And then finally at 3, they again tell us that, okay, you wait till 5:30. We'll be able to finally tell you if the flight is leaving today. So while we were sitting over there, we also heard announcements of 3-4 other flights of Vistara being cancelled. I know that another flight of Delhi to Mumbai last night got cancelled. So the problem is that if they don't have pilots, why don't they cancel the flights and inform passengers?
And joining me now live on the phone line is Vipul Saxena, Aviation Expert. So, Mr. Saxena, the airline has not said much. It says that these are operational reasons. But the fact is that there's a lot of outrage against the fact that there is no communication on the part of the airline. Passengers have to wait for hours on end. And after that, they're told that the flight is delayed or perhaps cancelled indefinitely. So, how do we improve this communication between, the ground staff, the airline and the passengers?
See, the number of flights that has been quoted is too high. Operational issue can happen in one flight, 2 flights, and currently there is no weather issue also. So it is definitely there is something wrong with the coordination and the facilitation by the airlines itself. So I think being a responsible airlines like Vistara, they must communicate to the passenger well in time, so that passengers, don't feel harassed. Secondly, whenever there are more number of cancellations, they are supposed to inform even DGCA. So I hope DGCA has been informed by Vistara. So these are certain protocols which they are supposed to maintain, and I think I hope sooner than the later they will do it.
Okay, so as you said that this in a sense is harassment of passengers, and if it's a weather condition perhaps, or weather is an untenable thing, so you can't really do anything about it. But in such a situation where the airline knows that there are perhaps operational reasons at play because of which there are delays that are being faced, don't you think that there has to be some sort of warning given to passengers? Because we had a passenger speaking to us a short while back, and she said that the airport authorities, the ground staff, they had no clue about the delay. So is it about internal communication here as well within the airline?
No. Let me tell you, DGCA has issued very clear-cut guidelines about the delays of flight, how to handle when the flights are delayed, what action airlines are supposed to take. And they have very clearly, mandated that if the flight is delayed by half an hour, what they are supposed to do. If the flight is delayed by 1 hour, what they are supposed to do. And if it's more than 1 hour, then what they are supposed to do. There are clear-cut protocols mentioned for the airlines. Now, why they have not done it, I think that is between the DGCA and the airline. But yes, it has definitely affected the passengers. It is, I'm sure it's becoming a harassment of the passengers. So at this moment, I can only quote this, that as far as government is concerned, as far as the DGCA is concerned, as far as airline is concerned, there is no ambiguity about what action the airline is supposed to take.